You did it this morning in that conversation, or was it that text message that you wrote out 3 times before you actually press send? Whole time you had your entire opinion formulated, but by the time it crosses your lips, it has been so watered down and diluted, it barely sounds like you anymore. And no shade, no shame, and no judgment because, friend, I have been there. In those moments when you have something to say and nobody asked you to edit it, but you just did it automatically. So let's talk about why we do that and what it is costing you. Okay, friend, let's get into it. Now, let me just explain what I mean by unedited really quick, because I know sometimes when people hear that word, they think that this is free license, giving permission to just be reckless with their words, to just be out here saying whatever you want without having any regard for the impact that that might have, or even taking accountability for your own impact of your words. So, friend, that's not what this is, okay? That's not what I mean. When I say living unedited, I really mean that you are so connected to yourself that you no longer self abandon just to keep other people comfortable. And what do I mean by self abandon? It's like how I explained when we first opened up this video. It is diluting and watering down your message to where it barely even sounds like you at some point. It shows up in ways like when we say yes, when someone asks us to do something, but our body and everything inside is screaming no. It even shows up in those moments when you choose not to say what your preference is. Friend, people might even be surprised and shocked to know that you even have preferences. And it's just because you opted out of sharing them, even when no one asked you to. So, living unedited is really just about really being so connected to yourself that you're not willing to be the sacrificial lamb anymore just for other people's comfort. And it's so easy to do. And honestly, it's something that you've probably been doing without even noticing it, just because you've been so focused on managing other people's comfort level that you've gotten lost and away from the habit of checking in with yourself to understand how you think and how you feel, what you need and what you want. So it's really time to reprioritize yourself. So, this isn't about being harsh with your words or being harsh with your delivery. This is about really being able to own your own feelings, your thoughts, your needs, and your wants, and really checking in with yourself to find out, are you saying this or behaving in this way because it's more comfortable for them? Or is it more comfortable for you? Because 9 times out of 10, you've been left out of the conversation and you didn't even realize it. But here's what I want you to understand, friend. Every time you decide to edit yourself, something small happens that compounds over time. You start to edit yourself, and it sends you a message that your truth is not safe here, that you are not safe here. And where there is no safety, there is no you showing up. So every single time that you decide to edit your preference, you are teaching yourself that your preference doesn't count. Every time you decide not to share how you really feel in that relationship, you are teaching yourself you don't matter in that relationship. Every time you take on more work at your job and you don't say anything about it, you are teaching yourself that you're not important in the workplace. Every single time that you decide to make an edit, you're sending yourself a message that you don't matter, that you're not safe. And that is just too expensive, friend. It's way too expensive, and we can't continue to pay that price. Okay? Yesterday's price is not today's price because it's trusting you. It's really costing you so very much. It's costing you your own self trust. It is costing you being connected to your own intuition, your own internal guiding system that is really supposed to be your first point of contact to help you navigate this life that we live in. But if you are so disconnected from your own intuition, your own inner knowing, your internal guiding system, what happens is it becomes smaller because you're not using it as much. You're disconnected, so you don't hear it as clearly as you need to in order to make decisions that are really best and most aligned with you. So, you see, friend, it is costing you entirely too much, and it stops today. Now, listen, we cannot continue to allow your identity to go underground, okay? We need you standing tall in your own knowing that you got your own back, okay? So I want you to do this self love two step that I call permission granted. Because, friend, you need to grant yourself permission to connect to your intuition and actually follow it, okay? So, step one, just start to notice where you are editing yourself, not to fix it, not to shame yourself, just notice because awareness is always a critical step to making a change. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. So, first, just notice where you're editing yourself. Where is that showing up in your life? Is it showing up at work, in your relationships? Is it with family or friends? Notice, just notice. And then your second step is to share one unedited truth a day. So it can even be something small. If you have a preference on the restaurant that you go to for lunch, say that. If you want to go and see this movie instead of that one, say that. Just practice sharing your unedited truth. It can be big or small, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just start to share your unedited thought, feeling, need, or want. And we're going to do a little remix and we're going to add in another step because I said self love two step because those are the two steps that I give you because I always get the party started. But we're going to do the remix and the last step is on you. This is the you step. This is where, after doing those two steps, you decide what is most best and aligned for you. What is your next aligned action to take? That's on you, friend. And trust yourself because you got you. Okay? Okay. Now, friend, as you do this, grant yourself some grace. This is not about flipping a switch and upheaving your whole life and just going unedited, unfiltered all over the place. That's not what this is about. This is about even making micro shifts that have a huge impact. You can take baby steps or make bold moves. Wherever you want to start is completely up to you. The purpose of all of this is to show up as your true self, to honor who you are, and prioritize yourself over just making everyone else comfortable. My mom used to always say, they'll be fine. And friend, they will be. But I want you to get connected to your intuition, to start remembering, to start listening and trusting your own voice because you know what's best for you more than anyone. And if you don't feel that way now, get started with the two step, okay? And then do the remix and add you into your step. You got it, friend. You got it. And I hope that you can see that even just taking these steps, this is how self trust is built. This is how your self esteem shifts because you start seeing yourself as someone you are safe with and someone you can trust. And that, friend, is the beginning of a beautiful transformation and evolution in your relationship. That is the most important one of all. And that's the relationship that you're in with you. So good. Love it, friend. Okay. Meet me in the comments, friend. Tell me one area in your life that you edit yourself. Let me meet you there and support you. I want to cheer you on. Transformation starts in the comments when you say that thing out loud. We are pulling it out of the darkness, out of the shadow, and bringing it into the light. Because when we take those things from out of the darkness and bring them into the light, that's where the change happens, friend. That's where your confidence grows. So, you got you, and I got you too. Okay? I'll meet you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.